Hello there, Internet. My name is Kevin, and today I'm going to show you how to cull hundreds, if not thousands, of photos with speed and accuracy. This is the way I've been culling my wildlife photos, and it makes life so much easier. A couple of things you're going to need to make this work is a program called PhotoMechanic and a little device called a StreamDeck. First off, PhotoMechanic has got to be one of the best pieces of software that I've added to my workflow. It actually uses the JPEG sidecar file for the image preview, therefore making the load times lightning quick. You can literally load your previews as fast as you can scroll your mouse wheel. The second item on our list is a StreamDeck. Now, technically, you could get around using this device by setting up custom short keys on your keyboard, but I'm going to show you why this little device makes it so much better. All right, let's get started. First off, like many of you, I'm going to load my SD card into my card reader, which is automatically going to launch PhotoMechanic. So let's do that now. All right, here we are on the ingest screen. This is automatically loaded. Making things automatic is one of the easiest ways to shave time off your process. Every second matters when you're working with hundreds or even thousands of photos. Now, this part of the process is going to take a little bit of time on my system, mainly because I'm going to create 2 copies of each file. One will be my working directory, and the other is sent to my USB backup drive, which is automatically mirrored to my Google Drive account. That way, if I ever have problems with my PC and the backup drive at the same time, while it might be rare, then at least my photos are saved out there on the cloud. I am also renaming the photos using variables in PhotoMechanic, so I can find them faster when I go to search for a specific image at a later date. I can either look back at the date the photo was taken, if I remember that, or have marked it on my Google Calendar as an event, or I can do a Windows or Lightroom search for the session's name. We will let this ingest complete, then I will come back and show you the actual culling process that will speed up your workflow tremendously. So I'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, now that we are finished with that part, here comes the fun part. Let me switch to my overhead cam so you can see how this little device is set up and the process I use to cull my wildlife images. Okay, so as you can tell, we got the images in the background on the screen, and then we've got this device here. This is actually the StreamDeck. I believe this is Mark II. It comes with a stand and then the device itself. Each one of these keys are actually programmable. Right now, this is set up so that I can see my OBS software and switch between that. However, if I click on PhotoMechanic and make that active, then what will happen if I don't have StreamDeck actually open is it will change over to my PhotoMechanic specific screen, specific icons. So as we can see here on this screen, let me actually pull this up so you can actually see a little bit better here. All right, there we go. So the way I've got it working, it switches over to PhotoMechanic, and right up here at the top, we have the ingest button. Now this button really isn't needed unless I'm out of the software, because I've got PhotoMechanic set up to automatically launch. So for right now, let's ignore this. Here's basically how I'm going to go through the photos. We've got a previous button here, a flag button or tag button, a next button, zoom in, Control A for select all, crop, reset crop, view crop, delete, culls, keepers, yes, untag, and zoom out. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the, let's flip this back over real quick. All right, so I'm going to load these files. Now, please do not judge me on my photography skills here. I actually just went off and fired up a bunch of photos so that we could go through this and I can show you how this works. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm either going to cull in or I'm going to cull out. So what that means is if I think that the majority of my photos are going to be keepers, then instead of tagging each photo I want to keep, I'm going to tag the photos that I don't want to keep. Those photos will be deleted later. Otherwise, I'm going to say if most of my photos are things that are not going to be keepers, like in the case of wildlife images, where you're shooting so many rapid-fire images at that specific bird in flight or that specific animal, chances are you're not going to keep most of those. So I'm going to cull and I'm going to select only the photos that I actually want to keep. So for this example, what I'm going to do is just that. Select just the photos I want to keep. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm basically going to put my finger through this little device here and hold it like a joystick. This is going to allow me to very quickly access all of the buttons using my fingers all the way around the device. What I'm going to do is look at this photo. I'm going to say, do I want to keep this photo? And if I do, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag this button right here that says flag the photo, and that photo gets flagged. Now I'm going to hit the next button. Once I hit the next button, it goes to the next image. Do I want to keep this one? Well, no, I don't want to keep this one because I've already kept an image just like it. So I'm going to hit next. And as you can tell, it's as fast as hitting next, flagging the photo. Keep, 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 keep. So as you can see, you can fly through these photos really, really quickly. And if you just tag the ones that you want to keep, then by the end of the video or by the end of the session, what you're going to be able to do is go back to your main PhotoMechanic screen. And then you're going to hit the button that shows you all of your photos that did not get tagged. So in this case, it's these. I'm then going to hit this button to select all, this button to delete, and this button to hit yes. Now, personally, I don't like bringing in anything that has a tag, star rating, or anything like that, any flags, whatever, into Lightroom. So what I'll do in this case is I'll go back to the ones that I want to keep, hit select all again, and this time I'm going to hit this button down here that says untag. So there you have it. That's basically how you can get through hundreds, if not thousands of photos lightning quick. Essentially, you're asking yourself one question: do I want to keep this photo? And then you're going on to the next image. Now, you can make as many passes as you want through the amount of images that you have. So let's say you finish the culling process once. Then you can go back after you've deleted the image you're not going to keep and then go through it again. Say, okay, do I want to keep this image? You also have the zoom in and zoom out function right there on your StreamDeck. So if you want to look closer to see if the pin sharp focus is there, if you've really nailed that sharpness, you can do that very quickly using the buttons to zoom in or zoom out of the photo. You can also use the buttons to make your crop. So basically what I can do is only have to touch the mouse 2 or 3 times. I've got to blow up the screen to get to a full-size image so that I can actually see the full image on the screen. And then the only time I have to hit the mouse other than that is if I go to set a crop, which I can hit the button on the StreamDeck, use the mouse to drag the crop that I want, bam, it's done. When it imports into Lightroom, it's going to automatically have that crop saved. So I don't have to go and try and recrop it. I don't even have to go to the Develop tab, which, as you know, slows your computer down anytime you have to hit that tab. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, I would love to hear them. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.